What's going on, bro? Welcome to the second week of the 75 Hard Challenge. So for those of you that don't know, I go by the name of David Esparza, aka David Gaines, and I'm here to help you get motivated, inspired, start changing your life for the better in every aspect of your life. So we are currently doing the 75 Hard Challenge by Andy Frisella, and bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, this shit is hard, bro. We're only 2 weeks in, 14 days, and you know, I'm getting challenged up the ass, bro. Like last night, I think it was like 10 o'clock, had to do my 45-minute workout outside, and that was brutal. So, and now I'm kind of knowing why like this is called 75 Hard, because it is going to build mental toughness, and that is why we're reading the book that Andy Frisella wrote himself, right? So in the book he talks about you know, how he develops mental toughness and everything like that, but I actually wanted to, you know, read a line for you guys that I just read today that I think would be really beneficial for you guys as well, you know, as you start building like your mental toughness, because the mindset is everything when it comes to life, when it comes to physical fitness, your relationships, your business, your relationship with God. Everything is going to be tough in the mindset, because that is the number one power that someone can have. And once you have control of it, there's no stopping you, right? That's why having a strong mindset is so important in your day-to-day life. So basically the thing I want to share with you guys, I'll kind of pop it up on the screen here for you. I'll up the page that I'm going to show you. It's basically just like the stuff that I highlighted, so read it out to you. The more physically fit that you get, the stronger your mind becomes. Just like interest compounding on your finances, your mental strength will increase the more that you exercise. For now, I just want you to realize that you are at war. Your enemy has billions of dollars and an army of intelligent soldiers trying to take your life. You have one weapon to stop them, and that's mental toughness, bro. So he really talks about like the world and how they control you, what they do to, you know, keep you weak, to keep you on medications, to keep you on unhealthy like foods, stuff like that, things that control your life, you know, TV, television, social media, all this bull crap that they feed you to keep you weak, to keep you controlled. And that's what he means by your enemy has billions of dollars, because they use money to market all those things to you, right? What you see on TV, your commercials, your ads, everything like that, to keep you weak. And you know, pretty much every day you are at war. And I pretty much learned this when I went to the Band of Brothers, because every single day a man is at war with himself and the enemy when he tries to attack, when the man is down, when the man is weak. And that is why it's so important to have that mental toughness to fight through the day, every single day, right? And I kind of want to, you know, talk about a little bit of my past, because I really realized that at the, I guess you could call like the weakest point in my life, or, you know, kind of rock bottom. I've talked about it on this channel before, a couple of my videos, but kind of go back here. So it was about like maybe 2, almost 3 years ago. Like I've said before, I used to work at this concrete plant in San Antonio, Texas, and pretty much I was operating, you know, this thing called a badge plant, which was basically making concrete for industrial buildings. We would do like 4 yards of concrete at a time, and you know, if you don't know how much 4 yards is, let's just say it's about 100,000 pounds of material in a big old like mixer, I guess. So basically the company at the time took on a whole bunch of projects that the, you know, plant could actually, pretty much they took on more than they can produce, and they pretty much put all the workload on the outside crew. So everybody in the office, you know, obviously saw like the projects, the money that they were going to generate, and pretty much expanded the plant a little bit and thought that they could, you know, do it without taking into consideration of how much product the actual batch plant that I was operating could, you know, produce. So in a normal day, we would batch like 300 yards of concrete, which then wrapped up to 600 yards when all the projects were going on at the same time. So, you know, your typical 9 to 5 construction, typically doing like 50 hours a week, you know, 40 to 50 hours a week, which then doubled to nearly 90 to 100 hours a week. 2 people that knew my job, and the other guy ended up quitting for other reasons, but essentially just left me alone to do all the workload myself with no help, which then, you know, got me working, you know, double the work, barely sleeping, not going to the gym at all, eating whatever the hell what was convenient for me on the go. Really was not taking care of my mental, my physical, and pretty much was just work all day, which then led to me into vices, addictions to numb the pain that I was in, right? And in the chapter, you know, Andy talks about why physical fitness is so important, because it builds mental toughness that you need in order to fight the war that you're in, you know, in your day-to-day life, right? So at the time, that was pretty much taken from me, which then caused me to have pretty much like a mental spiral. So I pretty much went from here all the way down to here in like a short period of time, which I would consider myself like the rock bottom. You know, I was in like a dark place in my life at that time. You know, like I said, vices, addictions, no physical fitness. Granted, I was making, you know, a lot of money, but if you look at it, in like a month, I was making, with all the overtime and stuff, like $6,000, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna joke with you. So all the work was not, you know, equally getting not compensated, right? So when I look at it, you know, the reason why, you know, my mental toughness was gone was because the thing that I love to do the most, which was going to the gym, you know, was taken from me, which removed the mental toughness that I needed to help me, you know, build my mental toughness, was not there, right? So that's why I fell into like a lot of depression, sadness, didn't want to be here no more, which then, you know, led me to ended up leaving that place because, you know, my mental was not there, man. Granted, you know, if I was able to, you know, stay going to the gym during that time, I'm sure, you know, I could have, you know, pushed through it, because I had that mental toughness that was building me outside of work. And I truly do believe that's why I quit, because, you know, I was in a rough point in my life and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I chose to leave that place instead of leaving the earth that God created for us. So, you know, just looking back and, you know, realizing that that's what ruined my mental toughness, and why I'm so big on mental toughness and, you know, building your mindset, is because of the mere fact that, you know, I went through that situation, and now I can only learn and grow from it every single day to become the best version of myself. So, you know, that is why, you know, I may think that this challenge is hard right now. We're only 2 weeks in, but I know in the back of my head that I've been through a lot more hard, you know, challenges in my life. And I know that when, you know, times do get tough during this challenge, I can always remind myself that, you know, that I need to keep going. I need to not give up, because there's people counting on me. I'm counting on myself, and I show up every single day for myself. Like I said, to become the best version of myself, and I want you guys to do the same. That's why I keep making these videos for you guys, because I know there's somebody out there that needs that inspiration, that needs that motivation, because bro, I'm not motivated to do this all the time, but I am disciplined. I am consistent to, you know, show up every single day for myself. Maybe I do, you know, slip up here and there, but you know, this challenge is definitely going to help me even more not slip up. All right, so I got a goal for myself, and you know, I'm going to achieve it no matter whatever it takes. So that is pretty much how the challenge is going. You know, whatever you're going through your life, there's always lessons in there, but you just gotta keep going, bro. Stay disciplined, stay consistent, work hard, pray to God, learn new skills, and every day is going to be, you know, a journey. Embrace the grind, embrace the journey, because you know, all this hard work that you're putting in right now, it's eventually going to pay off, and it's going to be so satisfying. So when you do look back at all the late nights, early mornings, putting in that work when, you know, nobody's watching, that's when everybody's going to look up to you as a leader, as a motivator, inspiration for them to be like you. And I just want to do that for you guys. So if you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you guys so much. Love you, bro. Keep going, never give up, keep chasing your goals, keep chasing your dreams. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like the video, and give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.